to DeKalb, Illinois, and home to the Northern Illinois Huskies. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the UTEP Miners, taking on the winners of 10 straight, the Northern Illinois Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Miners will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Huskies offense takes the field for the first time today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside. And a potentially touchdown-saving tackle made there after the long completion.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field for an explosive play. Somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sidelines.
He does a really good job with that mesh point. The mesh point is when he sticks it in the running back's belly. When he pulls it, he gets downhill quick.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
The Huskies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Dropping back, it's Dyer. Throws for the tight end. Finds a man in the middle. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Tight end finds a soft spot. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. And the Huskies didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal line on 3rd down. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Here comes the field goal unit. A really short kick, but you've got to have that angle just right. Dead center perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the UTEP Miners offense has the ball for the first time. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him, and I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. This is a big test for him.
And here's the thing, proving it is one thing, Jesse, but it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but Play within yourself. Make those plays. Don't make the big mistakes.
They go to the wide receiver screen. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Miners moving quickly to the line. Smith wants to throw. Here's a heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
And the Miners will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Off the RPO, complete. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Quarterback running on the draw.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? And having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. Wants to throw. It's Dyer. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Northern Illinois. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
Man, oh man, it doesn't get easier than that. Look at the receiver. He gets wide open. Where's the defense? Nobody around. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
The battle for LA has wrapped up as we've got a winner between USC and UCLA. UCLA found a way to rescue victory from the jaws of defeat, something this program has done time and time again inside the Rose Bowl. Bruins fans will enjoy this one for at least 1 week. Big implications today and a notable result as one team trends upward and the other has some work to do.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Pressure's there and he gets rid of it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Got it in the middle, it's Campbell. Makes his way out to the 20 before he stopped, and that'll bring up a 4th down. The Miners will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Unloads quickly. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Here's the handoff. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And now on 3rd down after that last run. Dropping back, it's Dyer. Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Off the play fake on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
At the 42. And that's good enough for a first down.
We reached a break. Northern Illinois holds the lead, and they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. So first down here as they go back to work. Off play action. Fires to the middle. That's caught. It's Brown. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Miners headed quickly to the line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
On target to the left. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Tackle is made at the 17-yard line. First down for the offense.
Tight end now in motion. Leaves it with the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Smith dropping to pass. Working that wide receiver screen. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. This is now a 7-point game.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Northern Illinois takes over as the offense heads to the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Blasted as he lets it go. It's caught. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Got a man, it's Taylor. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. He'll pull it on the read. They make the stop right there, but Northern Illinois has the first down. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly complete. All right, guys, let's chat a little bit about Northern Illinois. For some teams, the road into the top 25 can be a little more treacherous than for others. And once you get there, you've got to convince the rest of the country you deserve. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Oh, and it's a hit like that that will absolutely light up the sideline, light up the stadium, change the momentum, and help you win a football game because that hit is what caused that fumble.
UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Now they'll run the draw. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. The Miners will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Catches it at the 15. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Now this offense is back on the field. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Running back searching for a hole. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long, ball's at the 25. To the air, it's Dyer. Hauls it in. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. Wants to bring it back. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass. A strike downfield. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Wants to go up top on first down. Looking down the middle. Complete downfield. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those first downs. Get those big chunks.
To the air on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Ferguson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Under fire. Caught near the sticks. It's Taylor. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
At the 15-yard line. That's a first down for the offense.
Reads it, fires complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll move the tight end. Trying play action. Caught in the backfield, it's Ferguson. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They just keep firing. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, UTEP!
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
The Big 12 has become must-see TV, and fellas, today's clash is no different. Iowa State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there in Ames behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to West Virginia. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Motion from the wideout. Looking for a man. It's Dyer. The short hands. It's Givens. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. QB draw.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Looking to fire. And incomplete on the deep ball. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Northern Illinois back to work after picking up the first down. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Taylor. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Huskies want to pick up the tempo. Second down, he'll throw it. With the catch, it's Taylor. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The offense will quickly use a timeout. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Ferguson. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. This will likely be the last play of the half. Smith wants to throw. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Looking to throw on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like you've got a great scene there today in DeKalb. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Husky Stadium.
Northern Illinois will kick it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. They'll open this third quarter with a run. There he goes! Shoved out of bounds right at the 35-yard line in the running game, getting the job done.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
And the Miners are in the hurry-up.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Smith dropping to pass. Got it set up on the outside. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over him. He'll do it himself. Turns it on in midfield. All by himself down the middle. 10. Touchdown, Huskies. They take the lead with the 6.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on a 61-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. UTEP has the ball, the offense, ready to go back to work. He's in open space downfield. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. The Miners in the hurry-up.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the 1st down at the 30.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the 1st. Well done.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. Now facing a 3rd and long. Now the play fake. Finds his man, it's Taylor. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. And the Miners look to keep this drive humming.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the 1st down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Firing deep. Makes the grab at the 30. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold offense.
There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. 1st down for this offense. Smith wants to throw. Missed his receiver there, it's incomplete. After misfiring, it's 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Guys, we'll see what the plan is for this Northern Illinois offense. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. They'll go back to work on offense. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Miners racing to the line in the hurry-up. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run it. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. No huddle here for the offense. Smith dropping to pass. Grab behind the line. It's Taylor. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Ferguson. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
This defense might be reeling after those last 2 and now facing 1st and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, UTEP!
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Northern Illinois takes over as the offense heads to the field. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Looking downfield, it's Dyer. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Give to the back. Running to Green. Turning it on. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Northern Illinois.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Texas is currently ahead early in this one in DKR, but they just haven't been able to separate themselves offensively. They're up by a field goal over Tennessee. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems all night long.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll run play action. Going for it all. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Got it behind the line. It's Taylor. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Dyer. Using the quick game. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. He caught it. Goes out of bounds on the play, and he's got him set up 1st and goal. So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if touchdown Huskies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. You can see it on the sideline. They've built a comfortable 4th quarter lead, and they know they're going to go 11-0.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th.
31, UTEP 17.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UTEP has the ball, and the Miner offense ready to go to work. Here Here's the pressure. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. From the gun, running back on the move. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26. And the Miners want to move quickly. Taylor has it. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. And the returner will be brought down. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. So now it's second and long. Finding open areas. Makes his man miss. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Huskies, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Still running at the 40. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Northern Illinois back to work after picking up the first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Givens. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Brings up second down.
Gives it on the option. Sweet cut there. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. On third and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Huskies kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Wide receiver comes in motion. The give out of the gun. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Dropping back, it's Dyer. Under fire. And that one was way too far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders. The Huskies come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Northern Illinois. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the fourth quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth.
38, UTEP, 17.
He'll bring it back looking for help. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. The Miners will hustle to the line.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good and build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
Takes it from the gun on third down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Hauls in the deep ball. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
First down.
This time they'll go to the running game. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. The give is to Taylor. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Bringing the heat. Chunked it away just as he was hit. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. A shot toward the end zone. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down. RPO complete to open the drive. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Hard running there. And not even a chance to pitch it as he is slammed down in the backfield. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. To the air. It's Dyer. Rushes on him. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Ferguson. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. And the Miners want to crank the tempo. He wants to throw it again. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. A 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. On 4th down, looking to pass. Here's a throw downfield late. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. Bunch formation for these receivers. Quick strike complete.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what you're seeing here in the 4th quarter.
And the Huskies line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. He'll step out of bounds right at the 27. Northern Illinois back to work after picking up the 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Taylor. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.